What is up, d.tube? Steam blockchain. So LCKJ asked a question about what keeps you going, and it was a question to Steam users, d.tube users. So what keeps me going is that I see the change and I see improvements in technology, and I get very excited when I see sort of improvements in technology and how it actually makes stuff better. So it's kind of an interesting topic also, especially in terms of video about what keeps you going. So I think that video is very exciting. I found video exciting already when I discovered it 2007 with YouTube. Something with video, it's so exciting for me. So I always try to find exciting videos. I'm always on YouTube watching new videos and I want to be entertained. I'm fascinated by movies, like the new Joker movie that I talked a little bit about. I'm fascinated by The Walking Dead. I'm fascinated by Dexter. I'm fascinated by Breaking Bad. How you can video is just amazing. Video is amazing because you can really tell your story. And yeah, it really is like that. You can really tell your story, you can really engage someone, and there are people watching. Like there's actually people taking this in, taking these videos in, and it actually probably is inspiring for a lot of people. So that is really what keeps me going. And it also is another thing that keeps me going is kind of being bored at not doing anything. If I just sit and not do anything, if I'm not a creator of something, I get extremely bored. It is yeah, just boredom. Just boredom keeps me going because I like to feel engaged, that I'm really engaged, I'm really into something. I had a couple of years when I stopped sort of being inspired of creating videos. So I had a couple of years where I was really obsessed about making videos on new smartphones, and it was so exciting. And then that's kind of a period of my life sort of ended a little bit, not because of any particular reason, but just because when you do something for a couple of years, eventually it kind of gets a little bit boring. It's not that challenging anymore, or it's not that interesting. And yeah, so, and also how I sort of see that you sort of get a more bigger impact with sort of vlog based content. So that is something that I think is super fascinating right now, and it's kind of interesting in terms of the technology you're using to do vlogs and stuff like that. It's interesting when you get better smartphones and stuff looks better because the smartphone has a better camera. It gets more fun to do stuff. When it gets easier to do stuff, it becomes more fun, and all this time saving just makes it yeah, all the time saving of new technology makes it so you want to do more stuff. So that really is what keeps me going. And also what keeps me going is that I think that video itself is something that really will shift a lot of people eventually. I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, but should see a large transition, I think, eventually from photo to more video based stuff. And that I really want to see. So speaking about, let's say the downturn maybe of a lot of crypto based stuff, it has become a little bit more silent perhaps, and it's almost as an I can really enjoy the silence. I could really enjoy the silence because it was almost around 12 months in a row where it was super, super hectic. And it's interesting when then you have a little bit more of a silent period. Maybe it was a little bit longer than 12 months, maybe a hectic period of maybe 16 months or something like that. It's nice when it slows down a little bit for a little bit of a while, because you can start to sort of gather your thoughts. And I feel that the silence gives you a new perspective on many things, and it really organizes stuff quite rapid. So when you have some form of new speed up again, you are ready for it. You kind of more cleared in your mind, and that's something that also keeps me going a lot. And also, what sort of keeps me going is, well, you can only go forward. You can only sort of go forward, and then you sort of have to keep doing stuff, keep looking at the process of doing something, and kind of try to see how you can make it more fun and interesting. So I wouldn't be that concerned if it goes down more, because it's interesting to see how people behave. It's also interesting to see, you learn to enjoy the up times and the down times, and see how they both relate so much. And yeah, this might sound a little bit strange, but I can feel that every day is very unique, and that there is a lot of enjoyment that you can have in sort of all times. And that is and not knowing what's going to happen the next day, that is also sort of something that keeps you going. And also, one big thing is, once you have invested a lot in some form of system, you feel maybe a bit identified with it. You feel that, well, I have invested so much, so you can only keep going, right? It's a train that you started, and then you sort of feel that you should complete it. Yeah, should kind of complete the train. So it takes a long time to just get a train moving a little bit. And it's funny how we call it steam. It's like, yes, it is a steam engine. It it takes time to start up this steam engine, and you can see yourself as a train. And once it starts to get going, it starts to get to moving. And if you don't stop, if you don't, let's say, this is something that many people don't think about, but you don't really have to do that much when it goes on. As long as you're not having your foot on the brake, it sort of will keep on going. And I find that satisfying. I find it satisfying to look at something that just keeps on going, that is very stable. I think that is a big challenge in all of it also, and there is some form of big beauty in it, having something that's stable, that keeps on going, and laying that foundation. First, the human being has to lay their own foundation in himself of that stability, and then you have combined with the technology, with a stable track record. I find it find it very satisfying to see. And I saw that I saw a GIF video of a real blockchain, of a chain being fused together. I saw a GIF on that on Twitter, and it was very, very satisfying to watch how it made more blocks. And I don't know, something be looking at something being created in a well done way, very, very satisfying, very, very satisfying. And they also started to do a lot of those videos on YouTube, something that is oddly satisfying or something like that. And yeah, I mean, there really is something to it. So that is a little bit what sort of keeps me going. And and that it's a paradigm shift that also keeps me going. That it's not the old, it's a paradigm shift. It's something really new, and that gives people a boost of energy that people don't have that extra boost of energy in the old paradigm, because they sort of feel it's sort of peaked out. They sort of hit the roof, and they don't know how to move to the next phase, and they think they just have to do more of what they're already doing, but actually they need to change paradigm. And maybe they haven't discovered it yet, maybe that idea hasn't popped up in their mind yet, but it probably will eventually. And it's going to be very, very satisfying to see when people start to realize, oh, this is actually what I needed. And it's going to be very satisfying when you will be able to introduce people to the blockchain based stuff, and that you have actually built yourself up so you can explain something very, very fast in a very, very clear way where they will understand it super fast. And yeah, so that is basically what keeps me going on the Steam blockchain. Yeah, have a great day, d.tube and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.